What's up, guys? My name is Tyler. Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be covering everything you guys need to know going into this next trading week, and there's a lot to cover. We're going to go over the technical analysis because we look primed for a breakout in my personal opinion. The Stonko tracker data, we're going to go over the Ortex data. We're going to go over the fact that in Germany for Sunday, which is today, AMC did close up 3%. So obviously a very bullish sign heading into Monday. We're also going to go over the fact that Free Guy is breaking box office records, but not in the sense that you guys would think. All of this information does look to be skewed towards the bullish side. So definitely everything you guys need to know we're covering in this video. Drop that like on the video if you want to see AMC stock continue on this rally. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified when these videos are uploaded. So first things first, guys, little bit of technical action. We did see this drop back down from about $38.50 down to about $33. We did get a boost off of that, now currently at $34.41. So we did find support at $33, which is what I was looking for, and that did happen. So obviously if we can continue on this bullish rally, break out past $38.50, ultimately break out past $40, you're going to be looking at a quite substantial bullish rally, especially if we close over $40 or substantially over $40. Now, we are pretty much over our, we're right at our 50-day moving average pretty much. That is at $35.58. So once we break out past that, that's where you're going to get a little bit more confirmation that we could possibly retest this $38.50 mark. As far as potential downside, watch this $33 level, guys. That is very important. We have to hold over that. It tends to be a resistance and a support level. And also, if we do break under that, for whatever reason, under $33, the 200-day moving average should serve as a solid support level as well. That is at $30.58. So I think that's your bear case here. Obviously, I think this upcoming week will be very bullish nevertheless. But that is basically all you guys need to know from the technicals. Like I always say, pay attention to the volume and the price action of this stock. Now, let's get to the Stonko tracker data. I'm going to kind of rush through some of this stuff because there's a lot to cover in this video. Now, as far as this upcoming Friday, this options expiration, we see 14,778 calls that are in the money, 14,584 puts that are currently in the money. So pretty much neutral here. You're not going to see a lot of activity from hedging for a gamma squeeze as far as market makers, hedge funds, and institutions having to buy shares of AMC to oblige for these options. You're not really going to see that effect to the bullish side, to the upside. You're not really going to see that effect to the downside as far as these market makers actually shorting stock into the open market to hedge on these puts. So nothing too crazy on the option chain. I don't see this week being any relevance whatsoever. Once you do get closer to September 17th, that's going to be your next most likely situation to actually see a gamma squeeze. And let's go ahead and move on to the Ortex data, and let me refresh this page. We do have the current short interest percentage of free flow at 17.85%. Current shares that are estimated to be sold short of 91.3 million. So a very large amount, a very high short interest. If these numbers are correct, take this information with a grain of salt as well. They might be a little low or a little high. In my personal opinion, factoring in the naked shorting, the synthetic short positions, the real short interest, in my opinion, is in between about 40 and 80%. Obviously 40% on the low end, 80% on the higher end. But relative to even 91.3 million shares that are estimated to be sold short, that is about 2 days worth of our current trading volume at about 50 million shares. So definitely looking very, very bullish as far as this Ortex data. Now, the share utilization is at 89.02%. And something that is very important to know about this, yes, this has been coming down. So that means there's more shares available to be sold short. But the free flow on loan is not going up as much. That is at 20.48%. So there is more shares available to be sold short. But hedge funds, institutions, they're not necessarily taking these shares out on loan or selling them short any more than they have previously been. So in my personal opinion, it's good to see the share utilization actually coming down as the short interest does go up. On the other hand of that, if the share utilization comes down, then you don't have a chance of a forced share recall, which you can see when share utilization does go in to about 98 to 100%. That is really where you see cost to borrow go up. You guys already know that has been going up. That's at 1.5%, and you get this possibility of a forced share recall, meaning shorts would have to cover on their positions and return these shares, which whoever lent out these shares to other hedge funds and institutions to sell short, they can actually call on these shares back whenever they want to. So definitely those are really the most important things to keep in mind. You're going to want to see the free flow on loan going up, as far as the short interest going up as well, and obviously the current shares that are sold short going up also. I don't like to pay too much mind to the return shares and the borrowed shares, just because that is coming from the free flow on loan, not necessarily telling you if shares are being covered or not. You'll see if shares are being covered through the price action of the stock. Since we own a majority of the flow, it'll be very easy to tell. Now let's talk about AMC Entertainment Holdings A on the Lang and Schwartz German market. So as we can see right here, Sunday, August 22nd, that is obviously today, they did start trading with AMC stock at $29.43, and this is obviously in euros, and basically gapped up throughout the rest of the day, closed out at $30.33, up 2.94%. Now that does equate out to about $35.44, so that would be breaking out basically past our 50-day moving average, or right under our 50-day moving average. So tomorrow is definitely, in my opinion, going to be a very strong day for AMC stock. And we typically do see this. If the German markets are up, then the American markets tend to be up on AMC as well. We've seen that huge day. Remember when the German markets were up about 15% with AMC? The next day, the American markets were up over 25% on AMC stock. So definitely a glimpse into what could happen. But you do see a lack of volume and liquidity on other markets that are not the American markets. So I tend to think you could pretty much double this. So I wouldn't be surprised if AMC is up in between 6 and 7% coming tomorrow. So definitely looking very bullish right there. Now, let's talk about Free Guy and the box office, how they are breaking records. And it does say Free Guy added another 18.8 million domestically over the weekend, a 34% drop from its opening tally. Known as the second week hold by industry analysts, this figure indicates whether a film has staying power at the box office. For most films, a 50 to 60% drop is the norm. In fact, Free Guy has had the best hold from its first to second week of any film that opened with more than 10 million in ticket sales in the last year. So this film has stayed relevant in the box office. Obviously, not as much as some of the other films we've seen. Obviously, it wasn't expected to be a huge hit. But it is turning out to do very well week over week in the box offices. Now, it says we don't see 34% drops like this very often, particularly in the pandemic era, said Paul. I'm not even going to try to say that. In fact, Free Guy has had the best hold from its first to second week of any film that opened with more than 10 million in ticket sales in the last year. In total, the film has secured 112 million globally since its release. So definitely not too shabby relative to the current theater industry environment that we are in. So everything here is pointing towards a rally throughout the rest of next week, or I shouldn't say the rest, throughout next week. Now, make sure to drop your opinions in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys what you guys think will happen next week. Also, make sure to like the video, comment down below, like I said, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. But that is going to do it for this video, so I will see you guys in the next one.